PvP. Let's just get to the point. You unlock PvP when you get to the first major town of the game around level 26. Trust me, you'll know it when you see it. You get a quest that unlocks PvP. To join, you either talk to this billboard or the button in the top right of your screen. PvP is equalized, so if all you want to do is PvP, then you don't need to do anything else. PvP has unranked and ranked. For unranked, you have team deathmatch, which is 3v3, and once you die, you respawn shortly again, and the team with the most kills after the time limit wins. Free-for-all, which I waited for over 40 minutes in queue trying to get footage on the Russia server with no queue popping. But it's also the same, most kill wins, except it's just you versus everyone. And last team standing. 2 teams of 3s, you go in order, 1v1ing each other. The winner of that round goes against the next person in line. Once a team has killed all 3 members of the opposing team, they win. This is good for some 1v1 practice and learning. For ranked gameplay, you just have the team deathmatch mode I just discussed. I'll circle back to how the rank system works in a moment. Lastly, you have some custom games, which you and your friends can get together to practice or to host competitions. Once you unlock PvP, you can also unlock the Book of PvP or the Fighter's Diary. This is how things are equalized. You open it up, select your stats and skills, and off you go. Despite these stats, you only care about agility and subdue, or specialization depending on your class, with 1 point of crit. You can't get lucky with 0 crit, so we put 1 point in for RNGesus to bless us. Alright, before we get into some basics of PvP, let's cover how the ranking works. You have 2 rankings. For ranked PvP, you have the usual MMR system with bronze, silver, gold, etc. You win games, your matchmaking rating goes up. You lose them, it goes down. At the end of the season, you get some cosmetic rewards for your ranking with some gems and other stuff for the top players. The other ranking system just tells you how much you played. No matter what you play, you get points, which that makes it go up. At the end of the week, you get extra points based on how much you played PvP compared to the rest of the player base. You lose a small amount of points each week, so if you do 0 PvP, you'll slowly go down and get less rewards. If you've ever played Classic WoW, this system is similar. Speaking of rewards, you get a currency that can be traded for upgrade mats, as well as some cosmetics and mounts depending on your non-ranked rank. PvP requires a good number of games at first to get your ranking up, and then becomes easy to maintain that ranking. So I'm not sure if we're getting the current Russia version of the old Tiebreaker PvP system at launch or the new one, so I'll explain both. The old one, after the match time is up, it counts up the team's score, and whichever team has the highest wins. The new system shortens the match time, but if teams are tied at the end, gives you 30 more seconds, and then if you are still tied, makes it so the next kill is the winner. If neither team gets a kill within that time, it just uses the score system. Alright, now some information to get you on your feet for PvP. Turn on ultra wide. If you don't have an ultra wide monitor, there's an options in the setting menu for forced ultra wide. You can see significantly further with ultra wide than without. Next, learn how the field of view camera works. It's slanted, so at times the enemy can see you, but you can't see them. Fighting over areas where you have positional advantage to be able to see your opponents is a core concept. I have a link at the top of the description that links to a video covering field of view. Watch it. Next, when you are knocked down, press space to roll. If you go into a fight or get caught and don't have a roll, you are about to take a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. If you don't have a roll, be cautious. And you don't always have to roll if you get knocked down. Before you hit that space bar, think. Alright, next, CC or crowd control. If you've played MMO combat before, you generally know what to expect here. There are things like knockdowns, knockups, status effects like stun or earthquake or freeze. Their goal is to CC you, dodge your CC, and then follow it up with some damage. If your team is knocked down and about to take a lot of damage, use your CC to help them. Don't expect them to do the same though. Trust me, it'll help your sanity. I could spend all day talking about every CC in the game, but I'll break it down quickly. Your skills have super armor. Know which of your skills have super armor. Your dash, get up, and ultimate all have all immunity from CC, so keep that in mind. There are soft stiffs, which only stun you if you get hit before using any attack, such as the Devil Hunter or Gunslinger's Deathfire ability. Hard stiffs, which are skills that require super armor or above to immune. Pushes, such as knockdown, knock up, or anything that puts your character off the ground or flat on the ground. One of the biggest tips to help you get used to PvP is to watch for the yellow outline around characters, like used in every YouTube thumbnail. While this is on, characters are generally immune to pushes and stiffs. Lastly, status effects, things like freeze, fear, earthquake. Be scared of these. Most classes only have 1 or 2, and the only ways to really avoid them is use your spacebar dodge, your ultimate, and some classes' identity buttons. Last thing to cover is there a buff to keep you from being CC'd forever. This buff lasts for 7 seconds after receiving a status effect such as earthquake, so if you stun the target for 1.5 seconds, they will still have 5.5 seconds after that of immunity. You can see the bar above people's heads for the timer. Oh, there's also scales that appear and knock you down if you stay stunned for too long. You then do a get up animation or can roll. Congratulations, now you know how not to be AFK in PvP. You're welcome. Click these links. especially these ones. It helps the channel. Hey chat, I burned 2,000 calories today. Yeah, that's the last time I leave the brownies in the oven while I fall asleep though.